Hi, today we're covering the limits of formal regions. It is within our regionalization unit. I've tried to do the video on it before and it just would not export, so hopefully it works this time. Okay, so we're going to start with two specific sources and you're going to write down or jot down your initial observations on these sources in your notes. So as we go through them, in the left-hand column that's kind of skinny, you'll just put source 9, for example, and then what you see, think, and wonder in the main section, and then the same for source 10. The Word document or PDF is on Canvas and does go over how to take Cornell notes, which is what you're supposed to be doing. If you didn't read the directions on Canvas, please do that. If you don't have a printer or can't edit the Word document, then that's fine. You can just use a blank sheet of paper and make your own Cornell notes. All right, so source 9 is an excerpt from Kimbra Cutlip. It says, "Who owns the fish, high seas, and the EEZs?" So that's the name of the article. It says, "The very nature of the sea, untamed and unconstrained, begs the question, who owns the fish? The answer, in terms of international law, is defined by the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, which is called UNCLOS, or UNCLOS. Throughout the globe, coastal nations have jurisdiction over the natural resources of an exclusive economic zone," that's what EEZ is, "that extends up to 200 miles off their shores. Within these EEZs, each nation has jurisdiction to govern the use of its marine resources. They can issue licenses, they can set catch limits, or ban a given activity altogether. Setting management policies is one thing, but enforcing them 200 miles from shore is another. There are 150 EEZs surrounding the world's continents and islands. They make up about 42% of the ocean. The rest of the ocean is considered to be high seas, virtually ungoverned, open territory." So you can pause the video so that you can read this again. I definitely think you should at least jot down what an EEZ is because we are going to be using that in the next couple of days. But summarize what this source is saying. What is it telling you? Your initial thoughts are what you think, see, and wonder. So go ahead and pause now to take your notes. All right, source 10 is this image. It's boundaries of the exclusive economic zones, or the EEZs, for both Brazil and then West African countries. So I want you to look at Brazil first. Brazil is on the left-hand side. It's EEZ, I'm going to draw like a little red line, is everything in here, right? So typically up to 200 miles off the coastline. And you can see that its EEZ is very large. Like if you look at the entire continent of Africa on the right, that's huge, right? So Brazil is a super big country and they have a very large EEZ. If you look on the right side of the image at the continent of Africa, each independent little section, and I'm going to draw a couple. Look, so here's one, right? Here's one. Here's one, right? Each of all of these is a different country's EEZ, okay? So take a moment, pause the video, and for source 10, you're gonna jot down what you see, think, and wonder. To give you a little bit of extra information, we're gonna continue to look at this image, but I added, if you look in the corner, something for you. So on the map, right here, just look at it. This red piece, I highlighted the country of Gambia is their EEZ. And then on this newer image, I'm showing you it's an odd-shaped country. So if you look, I'm going to draw, this is Gambia. They have a very odd-shaped region, right? Their EEZ is super skinny. It's this, right? I'm doing a lovely job drawing here. It's this tiny, tiny strip of ocean. So that's what's highlighted in the other image. So the country, or the question I want you to answer in your notes is, which country would be likely to better able enforce its EEZ? Meaning, like, if it sets catch limits or if it has specific laws you're supposed to follow, like, are they out patrolling? So is it Brazil with this huge EEZ here, or is it Gambia with this small EEZ? It tells you the population because that should help you make your decision. It says Brazil's population is 209 million people. And Gambia's population is only 1.9 million people. So you are going to, in your notes, try to guess which one do you think is easier to enforce and why. You have to give me evidence as to why you're picking that country as the easier one to enforce. Take a moment, pause your video, and do that now. I think in the beginning I may have said there were 2 sources, so I lied. This one might be annoying, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to pause the video and then go to another tab in your browser and type in this website. So it's called Visualization of 2012 Cargo Ships, but the website is just type www.shipmap.org. Make sure you do .org, not .com. It's like a 4-minute video, it's short, and it shows you the visualization of 2012 cargo ships. So go ahead and do that while you pause this video. Take notes on that in your Cornell notes, and then come back to this video. All right, so we are going to get into a case study today. It's actually going to be a project that's going to run the next 4 days, so today and 3 more days. Hopefully it's interesting to you. So we're going to look into one specific country and its EEZ to further understand the concept of formal regions. And again, this lesson is actually called The Limitations of Formal Regions. So we're going to be looking at the limits. So if you look at this map here, this is actually Somalia. And in a moment, I'll show you where Somalia is on a world map. But we've actually already looked at Somalia when we compared it to the different regions that different organizations put it into when we looked at Somalia and Algeria. Hopefully that sounds familiar. If you look at this map, Somalia is like the lighter blue color, right? So I'm just going to highlight it. So this area is the country of Somalia. It is on the eastern side of Africa. If you look at, I'm going to pick a different color here. Let's see. If you look at this is their EEZ off their coastline. So this is ocean, right? It's in the Gulf of Aden and also like a little in the Indian Ocean. So this is the EEZ boundary. If you look at the key, it looks like it says it's white, but it's just showing you like use this color border, right? It does have some disputed areas. So the stripes cover the disputed areas. So we are going to specifically look at Somalia and its EEZ over the next few days, okay? So again, this map is just showing you where in the world Somalia is. So that little triangle type shaped thing we were looking at was right here. Blue wasn't the best color to show you, but it's inside that magnifying glass. So that's where we're looking, just to give you an idea. All right, so this is our case study schedule. We are going to first start by examining the sources. So you'll have 5 sources you're looking at. It'll be 3 videos and 2 articles. You'll have today and tomorrow to review these, so you need to pace yourself. So today, I told you in Canvas, you should get through the 3 videos, and you should be on pace then. As you review these sources and examine these sources, you're going to be completing some DBQs, which is document-based questions, right? So as you watch the video, answer some questions. As you read the articles, you'll answer some questions. You can edit in the Word document that's provided, print it out and write on it, or they're all numbered. So if you just want to take notes on your own, separate from the Cornell notes, right? Then you can just number them and write your answers there. I don't care how you do it, just do it. Tomorrow we will review what the infographic part of this project is and have a rubric. So before working on your sources tomorrow, we'll just go over that quickly. And then on Thursday, you'll submit your infographic and your DBQ worksheet, okay? So again, we want to make sure you're pacing yourself, right? So today's day 1. We learned about the limitations of formal regions by looking at an EEZ. And you're going to begin to review your sources. Ideally, you'll get through at least the first 3 videos. Tomorrow, you're going to continue to review your sources. There's 2 articles, so you'll need to get through those. On Wednesday or day 3, you're going to finish reviewing our sources and start the infographic. And then Thursday, day 4, will be your last day to work on it. You'll finish your infographic and DBQ worksheet and get those turned in, okay? That should be it. So go ahead and on the next slide, I'll have all the links for you, but I'm gonna also post these links in the comment section of the YouTube video, and then they're also on your page in Canvas, okay? So they're here. This is really for me to have in person. Then they'll be on Canvas, and they will be in the, I don't know what it's called, the info section of the YouTube video.